What's really good? What's really good? It's your boy Aaron Bevins, the millennial entrepreneur. I'm here with my brother Zay Honcho, aka Isaiah Wars. Isaiah, how you doing, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Highly blessed and living, bro.
I love it. I love it. So Isaiah, we're gonna be taking a look into the life of Isaiah Wars and what he has going on, how he's been able to do $250,000 in less than a year. The year's not even over yet, and I think that we're gonna take this definitely to the next level, before the year ends, and then we'll talk about what he's got going on and how we're gonna be able to take his business to the 7-figure level. Right after this intro, we're gonna get right to it. Let's get it, y'all.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. I did. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby, tell the facts. Don't be shy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, Isaiah, before we get into, the nitty gritty, talking about, some of the more personal things, how did you find out about wholesaling and how'd you get into wholesaling real estate?
Sheesh, man, that takes me back. Well, I actually started back in 2021, and it was weird because, I had just graduated high school a year ago, and I had always been looking for an opportunity in order to make it. So I just started looking. I'm not really a smart person, you know what I mean? I thought you had to be some type of smart person to make money. I didn't think that way. But what I knew was real estate had always been there. Everybody knows if you do real estate long enough, you can get money. You can get rich, basically. So it wasn't really rocket science to me. And what happened was I was just thinking, I was like, let me see if I could do something in real estate. And pretty much I went to YouTube. I got my YouTube degree, university degree, and I came across wholesaling. And you didn't need any money to get started. You didn't need anything. So it's kind of like, okay, let me give this a shot. Is my thing tripping? I think my thing is tripping. Yeah, I think my thing is tripping. Let's see what's going on. Honestly, I think that he hopped off his own live. They're logging me. Okay, cool. Yeah, he just texted me. He's about to get in there. So just give him a couple minutes. He'll be back here. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's my time. It's my show, I guess. So let's do something. What are we working with? Wow, Aaron comes back in. Anybody wants to find out where I'm at? I'm on Instagram at zay.honcho1. Tap in. I'm mostly be on the gram anyways. Tap in. Let's make some money. Let's do some deals. I'm in the Houston market. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm in Massachusetts. And pretty much if you want to do any deals, just hit me up and we can do something.
All right, my bad, bro.
Bro left me on here by my lonely.
Okay, all right. Let's. I accidentally refreshed it, and so it kicked me off. Okay, so where were you? Where were you, bro?
Yes, sir. I mean, I was just chatting to myself, I guess. I don't really know.
Yo, you held it down too. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so yeah, you were the type of person who, you know, you didn't let anything stop you. You were out to get it. So what was it about wholesaling that stood out to you whenever you actually found it?
Whenever I found it was really like you can make 20, 30 G's. Like you can actually make money, and that was attractive to me. And it wasn't illegal. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Why not just give this a chance? So I just took a shot, and that's something that I've always been looking for. Is just like in high school, I used to play ball, but like nobody gave me a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I wanted was an opportunity.
Mm.
When I had one, I just took advantage of it.
Yeah, come on, bro. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, so walk me through this. How long did it take you to get your first deal, Isaiah?
Shit, man, it took a full 10 months.
Man,
10 months. It was crazy, but it was really my fault because like I had to like when I had started, I was all messed up. I was in a different point of life, pretty much. I couldn't do anything. I was just down and out, and I was just like, you know, what was me type of thing. And by the end of the 10 months, I was a completely different person.
Yeah. And so something changed, bro. You came into this community, and I remember. So I remember I've been a part of your journey for pretty much the whole wholesaling journey. But something changed, man. This last 9 months, when you became a part of the superhuman community, I felt like it was a different person. Just like you said, you had a different energy, and you were really taking it serious. What do you think? What was the difference? What was the difference in you as a whole?
Yes, sir. Well, like you just said, in the last 9 months, I actually moved across the country. I moved across the country, so now it's just me, my family, and I really had an opportunity to lock in. Like there was no distractions. It was just me and my brothers, and we could really just get to work, basically.
Yeah, 100%. So it's been 9 months. Right now, in this last month, you're at $250,000. So I want to put this into perspective, okay? And you know, people hear me throw this out there all the time, but like this is crazy. In my city, the average household income is about $65,000-$65,000, and that is an entire family. All of the money that they bring in, the average household income is $65,000-$65,000. You're at $250,000 in 9 months at 22 years old, bro. Like, number one, what does it feel like, and what is, you know, what is it? What goes through your mind whenever I throw those words out there? Because I know I highlight you a lot. I shout you out a lot. I use you as an example for motivation, inspiration a lot. But does it feel real? Like what goes through your mind whenever I share that with people?
Jeez, it's definitely surreal. If I'm being honest with you, it's like, okay, because I'm here now, and I'm thinking like, you know, I still got a ways to go. But it's also like I know where I started. I know where I come from. I know where I began. So it's also like, damn, like when you look back, it's like I could really do it. You know, I really made this money. So it's kind of like, okay, well, what's next?
Yeah.
What else can I do?
Yeah. It's more like a motivation and inspiration for you, like a catapult to keep going to the next level, right?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Let's talk about this. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Here's what people want to know, right? How are you doing it? What's your lead generation channel that you're utilizing right now, Isaiah?
Yes, sir. Well, we're just straight cold calling. We don't spend too much money on the upfront in order to make any money.
All right. So now we want to let's dig even deeper. So how much are you spending on your business each month?
Each month is an average of $500 to $800.
All right, I really want everybody to take notes on this because this is where it gets crazy, y'all. This is crazy. In order to do 250,000 in 9 months, guys, do you know what that needs to be in terms of an average assignments per month? All right, that needs to be an average of $27,000 in assignments per month. So if we're spending an average of $500 per month, we're gonna take that number and divide it by 500. That is a 55x return on investment. So now I don't want to paint some sort of fairy tale to make it seem like it's all just, it's all just rainbows and sunshine. Isaiah, how many hours are y'all spending on the dialers each day?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're spending 8 to 10. Really, we want to start work ideally on a good day, on a great day. When we're on the phones at 8 in the morning, and we stop at 8 p.m. So we do it 8 to 8. That's what we like to call it, 8 to 8. And that's on a great day. Usually, like bare minimum, it's like 6 hours. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's like bare minimum on a bad day.
So let's make this very clear, y'all. $250,000 in 9 months is nothing to sneeze at. That is over. We're talking about 5% type money. This is top 5% type money. So there is no way that you're getting to this type of money, y'all, and you're not being incredibly intentional about how you're using your time. You got to lock in. There's a lot of discipline that it takes to get here. Now, if anything, I want you to know that it's 100% possible. It's 100% possible. And you know why this is so encouraging to so many people, Isaiah?
Let me hear it.
Because of your budget, bro. It's not even just your age. It's not even just the amount of effort you're putting in. It's because so many people are starting with what I call a bootstrapped budget. And you're still on the bootstrap budget, but look at the numbers that you're getting to. And guys, almost every call that I hop on there, they either got a contract, an assignment, a closing, or all three. But he's letting you know with this example that it's not just a matter of, willy-nilly, and he's out here getting the $27,000 in average assignments each month. They're really putting in the efforts to be able to get there. And so I love it, bro. So talk to us about some of the biggest challenges that you faced over the last 9 months and being in the community, receiving the coaching from me. It hasn't just been like waking up and money is just flowing into your bank account. Talk to us about some of the challenges. Let's get real with people, bro.
Some of the challenges, really, I've always been like confident. So I haven't really fear failure. Like I didn't have a fear of failure at all. I wasn't scared to fail at all. But my biggest challenge has been fear of success. Like, okay, why do you do this? What does this look like? Okay, well, now I'm successful, whatever. What's the nuances? It's the fear of like the unknown of even getting to where you want to be. That's kind of the fears that I had to deal with. Even doing something like this is like, okay, it's not my everyday thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, some of the other challenges is building a team, is becoming a better leader in order to continue to, make money, bring the money in, and just getting myself to develop so I can become more for the team and help each other out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And so up until now, bro, what's been the biggest deal that you've done?
We have our biggest deal right now at 107,000. That's we're closing on that one next week. Mm-hmm. So that's the biggest assignment that we're doing this year. So far.
Now, which is crazy, y'all, which is absolutely wild. And so has that deal been just, a cakewalk with no challenges, or is this one that you're having to wrestle with and fight to the closing table?
Oh, hell no. This is a breakthrough. This one is breaking chains. And whenever you're doing something like that, you're always going to have some challenges coming up through it. So, I mean, what are we doing? Like a deal breakdown?
Yeah. Let's do a deal breakdown. Let's talk about it. First of all, where'd you find the lead?
Straight cold calling campaign.
Come on, man. I'm telling you, there's so many people who, whenever they give me their budget, all right, and they're like, Aaron, I only have a few $100s to dedicate to this business. I'm like, let me tell you a story about this gentleman named Isaiah Wars and his brothers, the Legacy Cash 5 Dream Team, that they're at a $500 a month marketing campaign, and they're at $250,000 in 9 months. So I don't want anybody coming with any excuses that you cannot do this business. There is no limitation on you, even if you feel like you're being held back by your budget. And so you found the lead cold calling, and then were there any issues whenever it came to locking the deal up and contract negotiation?
No, that was the easiest. That was the easiest thing in the world, honestly. What happened was, my brother was cold calling. He sent me this lead, and I was talking to the guy. He's like, "Oh, I'm only in town. I'm only going to be here for like a couple days, maybe 5 days or so." So I was like, "Okay, when can I look at the property?" So we booked an appointment to go look at it. It was about 2 days later. So I meet him in person, and pretty much, we go through the process, we go through the spiel, and he's like, "I want 180 for this property." Mind you, the ARV is 350, and it doesn't need too much work. So I'm like, this is a whale. This is a deal. This is what I've been looking for. You know what I mean? But I was just like, okay, are you willing to get the process started today? He was like, no, I'm not willing to get the process started today. I still got to show it to a couple more people. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I ended up leaving that appointment. Obviously, I wanted to get it under contract, but you can't be too desperate in order to get something done. Like I wasn't going to push this man to sign my contract. So I just let it go for a little bit, and he calls me a week later, and he's like, "Isaiah, I liked you or whatnot. You didn't make me an offer." And I was like, "Okay, well, what's going on?" We go through the spiel again, and I just end up offering him 150 for it, and he hops on it. He signs. We get it under contract, and I'm talking with my team on the back, and I'm like, "This is a good deal. We can make a whole lot of money on this deal." And everybody's excited. Doing this, blah, 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 right? 48 hours later, my brother assigns this bad boy for $260,000. So that was the easiest negotiation ever.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay, and so talk to me. So where have the challenges come up on this deal then? It wasn't the negotiation, because this was more of a lay me down type deal, even though you had to follow up with them. So where have the challenges come from then?
Yes, sir. So it's a probate property. There's two other heirs besides the seller I'm working with. Lucky for me, the one I'm working with is the executive of the will. So he owns it, and he's the boss man on it. One of the other siblings, he just went ahead and signed the paperwork in order to get this done. He didn't have any problems with it. The other brother, he's like, "Oh, I need to do this," and he's trying to take all this control of the deal. And I'm like, "My guy, you don't even have too much interest in this property. You just need to go ahead and let it go." So what challenges had to come through is we've been trying to convince this man or persuade him in order to just get the process done and let him know we're in this deal now. There's nothing you can really do. We have state-approved contracts with the seller, with the owner. You're just an heir to the property. And the other heir that's not trying to sign, he actually got a realtor on it and trying to have the realtor have another buyer look at it. And what's weird is she sent the deal to us. She shopped us our own deal. Like, what are you doing? So I ended up talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, I wish I never got involved in this. I wish I never started working with him." I'm like, "Yes, you do know that. This is our deal. We're in this. We already put a lien on the property, this and that." And it's like, what is he going to do? So he just needs to go ahead and get it done. So hopefully we can get that done next week. I spoke to him this week, and as long as he understands, we'll be all set to close next week.
Yeah, powerful. Yeah, and I think this is so valuable for everybody who's watching this, that you have your lay me down deals, but every now and then you're gonna have these deals that every challenge that could possibly take place is going to take place, like Murphy's Law, and you're gonna have to earn your stripes on it. And so this is one of those deals, but it's also your biggest deal. So I'm excited whenever that deal closes for us to do another case study on it and see it through and through. But really, really exciting. And so let me ask you this, Isaiah. You're 22 years old. You're generating right now, top 5, top 8% type money. What advice do you have for other wholesalers who are coming in the game right now, and they're motivated by you? They have They, you know, they're looking to generate this kind of money, but maybe they're having doubts. Maybe they're having struggles in business. What advice would you have for them?
It's real simple. It's real simple. One, stick to what you know. Stick to what works. Stick to a proven process, either that you've done before or that you know somebody else has already done. And once you have it, stick to it and don't switch the script for nothing. Don't keep switching up different things. You're never going to get momentum that way. You're never going to build your big break, because that's what this deal is for us. It's a big break, right? But like, we have to build that. We have to build smaller deal. Oh, we got a whale. You know what I mean? You gotta build these things.
I love that. What value would you say came from working with a mentor in this business who helped you along the way, if any value?
100%. If you don't have a mentor, you're doing something wrong. You need to stop that, and you need to go ahead and get a mentor. I promise you that. Well, you're my mentor, and having somebody that's already been in the position that you're in is always valuable. It's always valuable. You can always put in inputs, even on this deal. Like, was even in the negotiations, because like, I had to keep calling you, and I'm like, should we do this? Should we do that? You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, well, you kind of just broke it down, and it was like, okay, this makes sense. So, and also just on the daily task, in order to get to a deal like this, the accountability, the structure, the proven processes of just like what happens next, because now I'm dealing with people other than myself. I could tell myself what to do, but it's a lot harder to tell somebody else what to do and manage that person.
Yeah, 100%. What about the value of community? Have you benefited from being in the community? If so, what advice would you have for people in terms of why community is important to your career, and how you can utilize it to leverage it to succeed faster?
100%. Having a community by your side is always important, because like, when you're in a dark spot, when you're in a dark spot, it's hard to see the end of the tunnel. It's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if so-and-so is winning already, that's the light at the end of the tunnel right there. You could just look to the man to your left and be like, oh, shoot. You know, you can have a conversation with him. You can network with him. He can give you some ins and outs, some tips in order to make something work.
Yeah, 100%. And so what are your goals for 2025, Isaiah?
I told you this when we first started. I want to be a millionaire. So I want to hit my first 7 figures next year. And that's the goal right there. That's just what it is. We're going to get it done.
I love it. We got Edmund says, Zay, you are a young inspiration, bro. I love it. Arturo says, Zay, the GOAT. I love it. DeMarcus Mabry says, my dog. Okay. Now, Michael Flowers asked a question. He said, did you have skin in the game already? If not, how did you get past, or how did you get over that?
When you say skin in the game, what do you mean by that?
I don't know what he means by that, but I'm assuming that what he means is, you know what I mean? You know, did you invest a whole lot of money in this business?
Honestly, I spent more money on coaching than marketing.
Man, that's facts though, huh?
Yeah, it is.
That's facts. I didn't even think about that, Zay. Zay spent more money investing in me as his coach than he did on the doggone business itself.
This is true.
Hey, you know what though? That was me. And I don't know if I've ever told you this, Zay, but you know, you remind me a lot of me. Oh yeah, I have told you this. Yeah, you remind me a lot of me, bro. Matter of fact, I've told you this multiple times, because you're a visionary. You know what I mean? You're the type of person that's like action, and then you'll ask for forgiveness rather than ask for permission. You know what I mean? But you also share some of my weaknesses too. I think that's why me and you get along a lot. You know what I mean, in the coaching, because you're very action oriented. But you know, in this case you are as well, because I spent more money in the beginning on coaching than I did on the business, Zay. And that's how I was able to excel as well. I never thought about that until you literally just said that right now. But man, that sure is true. That sure is true. And Zay, I see you and your brothers definitely hitting the 7-figure mark in 2025. 100%. From I want to say, now can I put you on blast a little bit in regards to some of our challenges that you faced?
100%.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Watch this. For our first 2-3 months coaching, y'all, it was not this story, let me tell you. All right. And I'm sharing this for inspiration because I don't want y'all to think that, everything up until now was like, okay, 22 years old, 250,000 in 9 months. That just sounds like some sort of fairy tale. And don't get me wrong, it is, but it hasn't all been peaches and roses because the first 90 days of our coaching, I want to say we maybe hit our weekly target like once or twice, right, Zay?
Yeah.
Bruh, I was on their tail, y'all. Let me tell you. I remember it got to the point where Zay, do you remember this conversation where I'm like, finally I was like, okay, hey, what's going on? Like, what I asked Isaiah and his brothers. I think it was Isaiah, Destin, and Levi were on the call, and I was like, okay, what's up, y'all? Like, it's either our goals are unrealistic, or y'all are just not locking in. I'm like, what's good? And what it came down to, I remember it was Isaiah spoke up, and he was like, you know what? We could just be doing better. And I'm like, what do you mean when you say we could just be doing better? He's like, we're not locking in. Like, we're getting distracted by these little things. You know what I mean? Showing up to the time blocks late, spending too much time at the gym, doing whatever. And I was like, what's good, y'all? Like, y'all invested in me. Like, I need y'all to lock in. Like, what do y'all, what? Let's get to it. And I think then you had, right after that conversation, you went out of town, and then I coached with Destin a little bit. And then me and by the way, Destin is Isaiah's brother, younger brother. And so I was like beating up Destin for like 2 weeks in a row. You can ask Destin. That's how I feel like I got close to Destin, because it was just me and Destin. And it was just me and Destin on those calls. And I'm like beating Destin up, man. Like, hey, Destin, I need for you to lock in, bro, and woo-woo. But something happened, y'all, where it was like, you know what? These boys, Destin said what? Destin said, very true. and so this is Destin. Y'all can't see him right here. It says fake, but that's Destin. He's like, very true. But something happened, y'all. Now, I never asked you this, Zay. What was it? Was it a conversation that y'all had amongst the brothers? Was it a conversation with you? What was it? Because there was something that happened where all of a sudden it had been 3 months of kind of like y'all were just kind of like playing around, bro. Like y'all were, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, we hit target. And I was like, okay, this is a different accountability call. Then the next week it was like, we hit target. And I'm like, then the next week, because remember, this is before we switched to the 2-week cadence. Remember, we were on our accountability call every single week, remember?
Yeah.
Something happened where literally, now that I think about it, Zay, something happened where we went 3 months where we almost hit target none of the weeks, where all of a sudden from that shift, y'all have either hit or exceeded target every single week and every single accountability since then. What changed, bro? I think I never asked you that.
What happened or what changed was, like you said, I did take that trip, and I got back. And
hey, real quick, before you answer, Cece put in the comments that she was like, Mommy Mercy. She was like, Mama Mercy shook them all, shook all of them. But what was it?
Yeah, so I got back, and like you said, you beat up Destin, and I got back, and like as soon as I got touched down, like not only was you on my case, my brother was on my case, my mom was on my case, and they're all just looking at me like, what's going on here? Let's do something. Let's make something happen. And like I said, we moved cross country, and yet, this is how we did it. We was making money in our business. Now we're not making no money, and we need money to pay bills. We need money to come in. So they're all looking at me, and I'm like, shoot, what's going on? And pretty much, I remember this. It was January, like a week before the end of the month, and it was like 4 a.m. I'm asleep. My brother Destiny comes in my room and he starts waking me up. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to sleep. You know what I mean? It's 4 a.m. I'm not really trying to lock in right now. And I didn't, but he went to the gym and whatnot. And after that, I was like, damn, bro. I started talking to Destiny a little bit more, and he's like, no, Isaiah, you really got to lock in. You really got to get like that. And I was like, shit, bro, let me lock in. So I started turning up, waking up on time, getting in there, and we all just started doing it together. We started working as a unit a lot more. And pretty much what really happened was like 48 hours later, it was a Sunday. I was cold calling on a Sunday, and I locked up this contract. First call, one call closed. It was a land deal. We locked it up for 17 grand, and we sold it to the buyer 2 hours later, and we made 13 G's. So we just made money in the morning. That's how it went. I was like, yo, we could do this. Let's lock in. And then it was over with.
Yep. I love it, man. I love it. I hope everybody watching this, not only on the live, but the thousands of people that are going to watch this on the replay, I hope everybody gains something from the need for accountability. And maybe it's not a coach. Maybe you individually don't feel like you need a coach. Because as you can see here, yes, I was on their case, but it wasn't me that got Isaiah to lock in. It was his brother. It was the family. You know what I mean? It might have been a collection of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, it was brother that was like, bro, like you really need to get like that. You really need to tap in. You need to get in the zone. We need you as a leader. And then beautiful things happen when we put in the right inputs in this business, y'all. So even if you're watching this and it's like, I don't want to coach, I don't need a community. Okay, bet. You do it the slow way, and that's totally fine. You can still succeed, but find somebody to hold you accountable. Somebody who really cares about you. Somebody who, whenever you're feeling weak, that's gonna help slap you and wake you up a little bit. Like, hey, like I really need you to turn into the beast that you have inside you. Stop playing around. Stop wasting your potential. Because I'm telling you, Zay, doesn't it feel different? Doesn't it feel different to be on this side where you have a whole community that's looking to you as a leader and as an inspiration?
Oh, 100%. It's different. It just pushes you to do more for the people that are also watching you, because it's like, okay, well, now people are believing in me and I have that support that I've been looking for,
Yep, absolutely. Yep. CC says so much beauty in that awakening moment. I love that. Well, with that said, Zay, thank you for coming on here. Thank you for sharing your story. I know that this is a little bit outside of your comfort zone, but best believe we're going to be doing more of these, and you're going to be inspiring the masses, and I think you're going to impact an entire generation, bro. With that said, bro, what advice would you have, closing words would you have for people that are watching this, individuals that are just starting their journey? Maybe they're young, maybe they're a little bit older, but they're now ready to take the risk. They're ready to join a community, or they're ready to get started, or they're ready to invest in their business, and they're nervous, they're scared. What advice would you have for them?
Well, I feel like we've been saying it all along. If you want to win, lock in. Whether that's locking in with the coach, locking in the business, locking in just life in general. Just lock in, no distractions, and you'll pretty much be straight.
I love it. Beautiful words of advice. And if I can add anything to that, I just want you to remember those negative thoughts, those fears, those insecurities are not going anywhere. All right. They're always going to be there, y'all. Your job is to drown them out by putting positive thoughts in your mind. Get around a coach and or somebody who's going to fuel you with the positive reminders and affirmations that you got this, you can do this, you're capable, you have the ability, and the best that you can do is make the positive thoughts in your mind louder than the negative thoughts. All right. So with that said, In the meantime and in between time, if you're not home yet, I want you to drive safe. When you get home, love on your loved ones because tomorrow's not promised. All right? Brush your teeth, and for goodness sakes, don't slap nobody. Until next time, y'all. Isaiah, thank you so much for coming through and blessing the people. Let's crush the rest of this weekend, the rest of this month, the rest of this year, and let's go into 2025 with excitement and with positivity, y'all. Let's get it. Deuces.
Yeah.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. I did. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back.